Welcome, adventurers and watchers of the Iron Realm. Tonight we journey into episode 42 of our ongoing saga. If you're just joining us, the story began long ago, back in episode 1. And the legends only grow more intense. Join us from the beginning to witness every triumph, betrayal, and epic twist. We gather each Wednesday night, sending our tales to the production dungeon where our tireless trolls forge themselves into finished episodes. You can find them every Sunday on YouTube, ready for your viewing pleasure. You've asked where you can find us. We're everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, our own wiki, even Pinterest. You name it, we've carved our mark there. Before we dive in, let's introduce our heroes. When I call your name, share your first name, character name, race, class, and level. I'll lead the charge. I'm Chris, and I am the DM and creator of the Iron Realm. Next up, we have Matt.
Hey guys, I am Matt, and I am playing Tolnar. He's a male, half-elf, rogue, level 6.
We have David.
Hello, my name is David. I play Q, a halfling cleric level 6.
We have Bradley.
Yes, I am Bradley, and I am playing Kingfisher Blue, a level 6 Aarakocra monk of the open hand who is smarter than you, and you know it.
Next up, we have John.
I'm John, and I play Zechariah, a male human paladin of the 6th level, following and bringing justice to the Iron Realm in the name of the Alpha Bog. Alphazar!
Alphazar!
Then we have Allison.
Hi, I'm Allison. I play Theo and Kat, both female, a Kalastar and, well, Cat, rogue, level 5.
And we have Rhea.
Hello, I am Rhea. I play Lominde. She is an elven rogue soul knight, level 5.
And missing from our ranks this evening is Lisa. It is not only her birthday, but she is under the weather. So please, if you get a chance to, leave a comment down below the video when you watch it, and wish her not only a happy birthday, but a quick recovery. Now for episode 40 recap. Excuse me, 41's recap. Sanctuary, Steel, and Q rides a Yuan-ti. The searing darkness of Er'fro'ren erupts into chaos as the battle with the Yuan-ti cultists rages. Serpentine voices hiss from the gloom, and molten light flickers across blades and spells alike. Kingfisher Blue strikes first and hard, dealing massive damage that rattles one of the Yuan-ti to its core. Zechariah, in a moment of radiant clarity, casts Sanctuary on Aaron Stormfell, protecting her from the growing chaos around them. But even heroes stumble. Kingfisher Blue, normally fearless in flight and fury, falters. Struck with terror by an unseen force, his confidence momentarily shaken. Then, from the dark, the mysterious figure attacks, targeting Kingfisher and Aaron. Kingfisher resists, but Aaron feels her limbs begin to tingle and stiffen, a creeping paralysis at the edge of her will. And yet, hope flares. Q wields divine magic like a maestro, putting 3 Yuan-ti to sleep with a single flourish. Then, with disarming joy, he mocks a mind whisperer prone, climbs atop the writhing creature, and begins to dance, laughter echoing off the lava-carved walls. Meanwhile, Aaron roars back, delivering the first kill of the battle. sending one of the snakeskins screaming into a bubbling lava pool. When another foe falls prone, Q mounts him like a steed, riding him through the chaos like a wild halfling cowboy of the deep. As steel clashes with Spell and Moriarty fall, the party holds strong, even as the shadowy threat lingers in the wings, watching, waiting. The battle is far from over. Join us tonight as our heroes fight for their lives and continue deeper into learning the mysteries of Er'fro'ren, where every corner could hold secrets or death. The darkness tightens its grip, but so does their resolve. Let's roll. Good evening, fellow warriors.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Owners could also hide dust bunnies, but we're just,
So we are actually in the middle of combat, starting with round 5. We have several minesweepers that are and Yanti guards that have fallen asleep, and 2 guards that have actually perished. Unfortunately, we will not have Erin Stormfell with us. She has fallen back from the front lines of the attack and is taking a moment to get her wits back in her. So we will continue moving forward. But before we actually start combat, I do need to ask Theo and Kat to roll for initiative.
At DM,
Yes.
is that not my brain's going to do the one the character next to Kingfisher? Is that not Lisa's token?
That is Erin Stormfell, and she'll be moving back as we start this.
Okay.
So, Theo and Kat, what is your initiative?
That would be a 10.
10. Okay. I will mark that in and block out the first 4 rounds. Now you are
that's half her average.
you are actually still in the outer room, so you're going to have to spend at least a round, if not 2 rounds, getting into the room in combat, since you have 30 feet, unless you decide to go quicker than that. Then obviously you won't be able to do anything when you get in the room, but you'll get there faster. So let me add one. Add the wrong line. All right, that brings up, to begin with, Talma.
So since Orange is wanting to stay on my heels, I'm going to go ahead and make the attempt and use my rapier to swing at it. That is an 18 to hit. And let's see. Oh, nope. I still cannot use my sneak attack damage. So that is a total of 9 points of damage for my main attack. For my second, for my bonus action, using my 2-weapon fighting, I'm going to attack with my short sword. And that is going to be a fail with an 8.
Miss with an 8.
Say that again, Chris.
Said miss with an 8.
Yes, sir. And that is my round.
That will bring up Kingfisher Blue.
Before I begin my turn, I just want to say how much I love playing this game with all of my friends, and for all of you viewers watching, thank you so much. All right, Kingfisher Blue recovered from his earlier mishap of soiling himself, will launch an attack at the skull and crossbones marked character here. What am I attacking again?
That is a Yanti Nightmare Speaker.
Nightmare Speaker. Well, your speaker's about to get blown out. Let's see. I will launch my first attack with my talons glinting in the darkness, which I can't see, of course, because I've got my lovely crown on. That is a 17 to hit.
17 does hit. AC is 14
Oh.
for everybody who wants to take it.
Right.
All of the monsters, exception of the BBG, is
And a takeaway from last time, or departure, I do maximum damage of 11 points with the first attack. And I will then do my second attack, which misses with an 11. I will end my turn here.
Aaron Stormfell, as we previously said, moves out of the attack range of everyone to the other side of the room, where she will stay hidden for the time being. That will bring up the pink Minesweeper. Pink is all the way over on the other side. Oh, thank you very much, Q, for that. I'm glad I saw that as I was getting ready to move him. Pink is actually being ridden by Q right now. So I think he is going to thank you again for saying something. I believe he's going to try and bite if he can. Yeah, I'm going to try and bite you. That would. Ooh, 9, which does not bite. Try again for a bite. Rolls an 18.
Isn't he prone?
I don't have him listed as prone. I have him. Something says EX.
I think he is prone. That's how Q is riding him.
Okay. Then, if that's the case, then he needs to try and instead of trying. So that was my fault. I will go with that 9 as being trying to get unprone and failing. So, Nightmare Speaker. Let's see. Next up.
Oh, Dungeon Master,
Yes.
your volume is low. Could you attempt to increase it, please?
Mine is low? Is
Yes.
that better? Or is that better? Testing
That
one.
last one was, yeah, that one was good.
Okay. That interesting. Okay. So Yanti Whisperer with Skull and Crossbones is going to go after you, Kingfisher Blue.
I am frightened. I am not frightened. I am concerned.
I'm gonna get in here just a bit more so that you guys, our audience, can see this a little bit better. Nightmare Speaker is going to attempt to. Let's see, so you are not frightened at this point.
No, I have recovered from that
Okay.
condition.
All right. So it's going to try and bite and claw you. So bite is first. Roll the 10. Claw was
That would be a miss.
9. So this is completely arr, 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 trying to bite you like a zombie. So that brings up the other Nightmare Speaker, which is yellow. Zechariah, you are in its line of sight. So she's going to try and bite you, claw you. Bite is an 18.
Yep, that's my AC.
Okay. And that is going to bite. Come on. That will be 4 points of piercing damage. Then I'm going to try to claw you. And rolls a 17.
A miss.
A miss. Okay. So got
Batted away with my shield.
to try to bite, try to claw. Let's see. That actually brings up Zechariah. It is your turn.
So I want to clarify something really quick. So that's the yellow is a speaker.
Yes.
Purple is a
Mind Whisperer. Yanti Mind Whisperer.
Right.
The
red.
The Nightmare Speakers are more snake-like with a human,
Right.
and the Mind Whisperer is mainly humanoid body with a snake head, and the Yanti Guard is the red one. The Yanti Guard is kind of a combination of both, but more reptilian.
Okay. Now, so red and purple are still asleep. Is that correct?
Red and purple are.
Perfect. Okay. So let's continue to focus on yellow, and let's bring the Spirit Walker's flail and try and hit him.
Okay.
22 to hit.
D2 does hit.
11 total damage.
That's on yellow.
That's on yellow. 11 damage.
Okay.
And so the follow through with the Spirit Walker's flail. How about a 17?
17 hits. Anything over 14.
Nice. How about a 15 this time for damage?
Okay.
Does it look like it's taking any damage?
Yes, it is taking quite a bit of damage. She has huge chunks taken out of various places on her body.
Okay.
Where you have
Huge chunks of land.
and Lumenden have both wailed in. That finish your round, your attack.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I am done.
That brings up the orange Yanti Guard, which is going after Zechariah. No, not Zechariah. After Palmer. Zechariah's on the other side of the room. he's going to try to fight and roll. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. So the Yanti Brood Guard actually rolled double ones on the bite as well as the claw. So that being said, we'll be going back to our original sheet tonight to find out
Original sheet together. All right.
how a failure this Yanti is. So 2 of these attacks, and oh wow, a little accident, either through fear, excitement, or simply needing to go. You soil yourself. 75% chance to only be. Okay, so when it tried to bite Talnar, it ended up losing its balance and managed to defecate all over the floor. And here's the other one, and that would be a 17. Loss of nerve. Man, your opponent looks tough. Contest your choice. Let's see. Yeah, choice of strength or charisma against their choice of strength or charisma. If one of you has landed a blow and the other hasn't, they have advantage. If you lose your frightened, you may repeat the saving throw at the end. So, Talnar, you have your choice of strength or charisma.
Well, I mean, charisma is going to be the best one for me.
Okay. Strength is going to be the best for me. So, I roll, you roll.
And is this a saving throw or just a flat D20 plus charisma?
Just a flat.
Okay. And I rolled a 14.
Okay. And rolled 7. One of you has landed a blow, which they haven't landed any blows. If you lose, you're frightened. You may repeat the saving throw. Okay, so he is not frightened. We just continue going forward because you didn't do anything. He soiled himself and lost his nerve.
What? Right before he soiled himself, I'll go, boo.
I just think it's really crazy that I rolled double ones. One for the bite and one for the claw.
And that's not a easy thing to do either.
No, it is not. It was with 2 different dice too. So.
Happened to one of our earlier campaigns. We were on the pirate ship, and someone rolled 2 ones, and it broke the ship in half.
Been a long time ago. Woman Day, your turn.
All right. I am going to try and hit the Yanti Guard Orange by throwing. No, I rolled the wrong thing. Disregard that. My bad. Okay. Okay, and it does 10 psychic damage. I want to ignore the sneak attack because I am going to roll sneak attack separately by taking and using poison, which will mean that the target must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. And this is to who?
Orange.
You're shooting orange on the outside of the pool.
Yeah, I do have enough range for it. I measured it.
Okay. So I had to make a DC 14 or higher saving throw.
DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. Roll the 1. So failed.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
And that's since I took away 1d6, it is going to be 8 sneak attack damage. So 18 total, and he's poisoned. So that means that on a failed save, the target has poison condition for 1 minute, and at the end of each of its turns, the poison target repeats the save, ending the so can re-roll at the end of every turn. And I am going to bonus action 22 hits. But I rolled a 1 on damage, so for the bonus action.
Just so everyone is aware, Nightmare Speakers with a skull and crossbones, not looking very good. Nightmare Speaker yellow is not looking very good at all. Everybody else is kind of in that mid-range or no attack or no damage. Woman Day, that ends your turn.
Yes.
That will bring up the Minesweeper Purple, which is still asleep, so can't do anything. Hi, this is Chris, the DM of the Iron Realm, and we'd like to wish Lisa C., who's one of our player characters, a wonderful, wonderful birthday. We know that she wasn't able to be with us because of being sick, but we want to definitely wish her a happy birthday during this commercial break. Have a fantastic day. And that will bring up Theo and Kat. What you got for us?
I'm just gonna walk.
Okay.
I'm only allowed to walk 30 feet.
30 feet?
Alright. Yeah.
Do you have any ranged? Do you have any spells, any weapons, anything that you can shoot?
Nope.
No arrows?
No, this is what happens when we tend to take a cat nap more than anything.
Okay.
Because Theo and Kat would be a little busy on the sidelines.
I understand. As I explained to the rest of the party, the what you see is pools of lava that are flush with the surface that have like a kind of a low wall around it, so you can actually see over. So you can see where Aaron is, you can see where the Yanti guard is, and where Talnar is. You can see all the way over to where the Whisperer is on the other side of the room. And then, looking forward where Zechariah and Lumonday are, you can actually see them instead of it being a wall that you have to walk around completely. I mean, who was it? Q actually jumped over the pool of lava to get to the other side, and got kind of singed a little bit, but still managed to get over. So you can jump over it if you needed to. Okay. You have a bonus action that you can do.
Nope. All I want to say is, does anybody have any chicken?
Any chicken?
Bring us lava.
Okay.
Take personal offense at that remark.
Just remember, you'll get to go and do a lot of shopping when all this is over with.
No, of course.
Was it foul for her to say that?
Oh,
Well, that's terrible.
that was okay.
It's better than mentioning the chicken that shall not be named.
Oh, or you.
You're just trying to feather your nest, aren't you?
Q, it is your turn.
I don't know if I want to turn after that.
Ah,
However, I'm going to jab with a short sword the guy I'm currently standing upon. And put a little bit of damage on him. 2
2 points of damage.
2 points of damage.
I gave you an extra point. Ah. There you go. How's that? Does that help you out, Q?
I knew where I was. I knew what I was doing.
I think it's me more than anything else.
I'm Yanti surfing.
I know where you are now. Okay. You.
I'm river dancing on a Yanti in the middle of a lava field.
There's a snake in my boot.
There's a snake under my boot. Am I wearing boots? I don't remember.
You know, you may have acquired a pair at some point in time. You know, you're still wearing that
Colander.
on your head. But okay.
And the chainmail shirt that goes down to my knees.
Yeah.
Some lovely sheepskin boots. Oh,
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Too soon.
Q, just remember, you do have a bonus action of spiritual weapon.
I have to cast the spell first.
Gotcha. And you're doing something else, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm poking a Yanti with a spoon.
Poking at you. Okay. God love all of that stuff. Let's see. That use move. Okay. Let's- Come on. No. Why? No. What are you doing? Oh, hold up. That I had. No. Stop sharing that screen. Okay. Guess I'm gonna have to do that the hard way. So, talk amongst yourselves. And nobody talked. And nobody. There you go. All right. Zechariah, Lominde, and Kingfisher. You will need to make a DC Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
11.
7.
Oh,
13.
Zachariah was 11. Woman D was a what? 6, 9,
7.
7. And Kingfisher Blue.
13.
Hmm?
13, but remember, I'm wearing the crown.
Okay. Loman Day. Your feet are anchored to the floor and you cannot move. Kingfisher and Zechariah. Your extremities, your fingers and your toes begin to numb and feel very, very hard to the touch. In other words, there's numbness, like you can't feel the ends of your fingers or your toes. I hit my screen. Okay. That will bring up a Yanti Guard Red, who is asleep, can't do anything. And we are at the top of round 6. Talnar, is your turn.
Okay, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I will use my +1 rapier to swing. And yeah, that hits for 21. And that is 8 points of damage with my rapier.
Mhm.
Then bonus action, weapon fighting short sword. That is, just hit a 14.
Okay.
And that is total of 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
That brings up Kingfisher Blue.
I examine my extremities and like, so why am I even wearing this thing if it doesn't work? I'll take off my crown of hearing and throw it into the lava since it's useless. And I'll attack Yanti skull and crossbones again. Ten points of damage for that attack.
Point.
Second attack. 27 to hit. And 8 points of damage for that attack. Which ends my turn.
Mind Whisper Inc., which is currently under is under Q, and he's going to try and get thrown. Rolls an 11. Prone. And then brings up Nightmare Speaker. Crossbones. Kingfisher. Wait. Claw. Bite was a 3. And claw was a 5. Do anything. All. Yellow. And she's going to attack Bowman Day, excuse me. My fault. Bite and claw. Bite was a 9. Claw was a 9 as well. There.
Yeah, both of those miss.
That brings up Zechariah.
Okay, and yellow's looking pretty rough.
Yellow and Crossbones are both looking worse for wear, for sure.
All right, let's try and close out yellow with the Spirit Walker's flail. 17 to hit
17 does hit.
for 12 damage.
12 damage on
Yellow. Yellow.
okay. Still alive.
Okay, follow through with the with another swing. Oh, there's a crit.
Okay.
27 to hit.
That is.
So now, yeah, it crits across the board. So I'm going to roll these individually, just so it doesn't put the it didn't put the bonuses in. So this is going to be 2d8 plus 2. So 7 plus 2d6. So actually not as impressive, but still 10 total damage.
All right. Yellow is dead.
Nice. Nice.
Okay. Nicely done. All right, yellow is off. That finish your turn.
Let's do, as a bonus action, let's do compelled duel on the big bad.
Okay.
So compelled duel says you attempt to compel a creature into a duel. One creature you can see within range must make a wisdom saving throw. Failed save, the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demands. For the duration, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you, and must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move into a space that is more than 30 feet away from you. If it succeeds on the save, the spell doesn't restrict the target's movement for that turn. So it's a wisdom 15 on the big bad for a saving throw.
Ooh. Okay. Huh. This will be interesting. Rolled a 6.
Okay, so he is compelled to fight me. Now, I'm going to move because I still have my full movement. Red and purple are still asleep, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go get in the big bad's grill.
Okay.
Now, so again, if he attacks me, it's actually just a normal attack, right? He just, but he's, so since he failed, it says the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your, okay, now for the duration, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than myself. So in other words, if he attacks or he tries to do something other than against me, it's going to be at disadvantage, right?
Okay.
And then the second part of that, since he failed, it must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move into a space that is more 30 feet away from you. So since I got into his grill, well, he doesn't have to move. Each time it attempts to move to a space that's more than 30 feet away from you. Okay, so I guess I'm interpreting this as if he moves away from me, he has to make, I guess, the wisdom saving throw even to move out of my range. So if he wants to like back up, if he wants to move away from me, he has to make another save even to do that.
Okay.
So in other words, we're locked in combat.
Okay. So, note of clarification. This is not a he. This is a she.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
The other part of that is, as you move within 5 feet of her,
Okay.
you can hear the hissing from her hair.
From her hair. Okay.
And you can see the long tail that holds her torso and the lower portion of her body up off of the floor. And the tingling that's in your extremities becomes very, very painful.
Oh. Okay.
The issue is that if you stare directly at her, you will be turned to stone, just like all of the statues that are in.
Oh. So is there, so would I've done that? I mean, I believe that I would have if I wouldn't have realized who she was. Is that just an automatic thing? Or is there a save for that? Or is there?
There is. That's part of why you have been rolling DC Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
Yourself from becoming completely turned to stone.
So is there a way that, well, I guess if I'm not looking at her, so would I have seen who this was before I got close?
As you're running to it or walking to it, yes, you would be able to see what it is.
So, right. So, because my whole thing was like, going to be like, okay, you and I, are going to be locked in mortal combat here, right? The alpha bog is going to assert its will through this flail into her body. So once I realized, though, who she is or what she is, would I know to avert my gaze? I mean, would I have seen one of these creatures before? Would I have known? Because if not, then I mean, I would stare at her because, I mean, I'm focused on mortal combat with her.
You as a warrior as well as a paladin would know what this creature is. And whether it's whether you came into contact with it beforehand or others have told you of the existence of these creatures, you would know what it is. But since you've already rolled a DC Constitution saving throw and have, you're just beginning to feel the effects of it, you're at the end of your turn, you will have to do it again.
Okay, so does it matter or not whether I avert my gaze?
Yes, very much so.
Right, okay. So I'll definitely avert my gaze.
Okay.
And then we'll have to see, is there rules for, is there any rules in her stat block for someone that's attacking her without looking at her? I didn't know if there's a mechanic that
from what this says, a creature that fails begins to turn and is restrained. So that's what Lomondé is currently in. And you and Kingfisher had, and actually, I was mistaken as far as Bradley, or as far as Kingfisher is concerned. You would not have been in that beginning stages because you had the crown on. So that was my fault, and I apologize for that. So you still have the crown. You did not throw it away. It is still on your head.
Thank you. I just wanted to clear that up so the audience isn't confused, and so I've had this plan for a while. So thank you.
And I saw that, and you said you threw it away. I went, wait a minute. So clarification: you still have it. You're not the effects of it, but unfortunately, Lomondé is beginning to go through that. Q did not feel the effects of it the first time that she did her what's called the petrifying gaze.
Yes.
This time, when she did it, unfortunately, Lomondé as well as Zechariah, both of you started to feel the effects. Lomondé more so than Zechariah. But what it says here is, otherwise a creature that fails the save begins to turn to stone and is restrained. The restrained creature must repeat the saving throw at the end of its next turn, becoming petrified on a fail or ending the effect on a success. So you still have the opportunity of becoming unpetrified. The petrification lasts until the creature is freed by the greater restoration spell or magic. If the Medusa sees its reflection on a polished surface within the area of effect, which is what she's doing. She's using a cone of 30 feet to be able to use petrified gaze. Let's see. If the Medusa sees its reflection on a polished surface within the cone and in an area of bright light, the Medusa is, due to its curse, affected by its own gaze. Okay. So go back to your mythology of was it Jason and the Argonauts? The old stop motion movies, or
Yeah.
Show the Titans and the updated
Ray
cartoon.
Harryhausen.
So that's the creature that we're talking about. So and just so you're aware, I completely understand why everybody would be thinking that this is a basilisk because of our, the Harry Potter series, as well as other things like that. I certainly agree that it could have been, but in this case, it's a Medusa. So,
But the eggs we found.
Exactly. That's the eggs are actually her offspring.
Oh.
So, yeah. Remember,
Do gorgons lay eggs? I mean, like,
Okay, so Zechariah. Well, Zechariah would still carry through with what he's attempting to do, because he didn't see the Medusa until he kind of made his way through these other two, right? The guard and whoever the two that are asleep, right?
and it's
So
only, and it's only through her looking at you that you would be instantly, petrified, but turned to stone. So her looking in a different direction, she's not looking directly at you.
So, okay. And then, so for me to still be able to attack her successfully, depending on whatever's going to go on, can I hold my shield up and to block her gaze?
Of course.
And still kind of attack normally, or are you going to impose any type of penalty for me? Because obviously I don't want to meet her gaze, right? Number one.
Obviously,
why not?
Right.
There's the visual aspect of the whole thing, but that's if you're going to attack and use your shield to block your vision, you are going to be impaired by sight, but by line of sight. But
okay, that makes sense.
There are obviously ways of getting around that, but I'm not going to give you the answer to that.
Well, no, sure. No, I get that. That's fine. Okay, now, so I've compelled dueled. I've moved to where she is. And now do I make that save to see if I...
Yes. You will need to
And is this a process or is this an instantaneous thing?
No, it says it says a creature that fails the save begins to turn to stone and is restrained. So, DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
Okay, well, if I was restrained...
You're not restrained yet because
okay,
in the very end of your extremities.
Okay. And this was a con save?
Constitution saving
throw. Look at there, 22.
22. Okay. So you are fine. At the end of your turn, if it says you become petrified on a failure, or it ends the effect on a success. So your extremities go back to normal. Okay.
Nice. Okay, the adrenaline's pumping
because you were successful on the Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So now, and so that compelled duel is concentration, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. That's going to be tough.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out Zechariah would definitely head for the main threat.
Sure. As long as you're not doing a Leroy Jenkins. So,
All right, so that's it. So
Okay.
again, if she attacks anyone other than myself, she attacks with disadvantage. If she tries to get away from me, she has to make a saving throw to move away from me.
all right. So,
And to clear one thing up, please, Dungeon Master. All the clues we've gotten this whole adventure, I know we thought it led to a basilisk. I looked it up. Gorgons do lay eggs. So, while the actual creature in question was incorrect, its abilities were correct, which is why Kingfisher, coming from all the statues and the eggs and everything, that's why he was preparing ahead of time to try to fight this. Yeah. So
you were perfectly within your reasoning behind the creature. I get it. It's like us in any situation going in and not knowing it's kind of a guessing game, and all the clues kind of lead one way or another. It just happens to be that instead of a basilisk, which is a great creature to have to go up against, in this case it's a Medusa. But every clue that you were given was perfect, and as far as leading you to this eventual BBG. So
Right.
y'all were great in trying to figure this out. So it happens happens to be a little bit of a different creature, but that's okay. You're prepared. That's the important. So regardless of the end result, you're prepared with not only spells but weapons and attitude towards vanquishing the beast, and that's what you need to do. So awesome. That brings up Yanti Guard Orange, who is currently fighting Talnar, and will do the same again. Talnar, are you prepared?
Sorry,
Yeah.
really quick. That is the one I poisoned. I don't know if it's still in effect for this turn, but if it is, it's at disadvantage.
And it's at end of the turn they make the save, correct?
Yeah.
And yes, I am ready. I'm still taking charisma.
Okay. No problem. I just wanted to make sure that since we had that long amount of stuff with Zechariah, that we were prepared to continue jumping back in. Okay, so this is a Brood Guard, and so we go for Bite and Claw. Bite is 15.
That hits.
And let's see, the claw is a 19. So
Yeah.
both hit or only one?
Both hit. My AC is 15.
Okay. So now that was not with disadvantage. That was pure roll. So if it's with disadvantage, then both of those would be lowered. So you would not have hit on the first one, but would have hit on the second.
Okay.
So that being said, the claw is 6 slashing damage. And it is poisoned, so it needs to try and get over the poison, and rolled a 4, so it is still poisoned. And let's see, Lominde, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to. She's gonna pivot at the hip and try to throw a psychic blade at at a crossbones She misses the first time. I'm going to try ahead and roll that again. Okay, 25 does hit.
Definitely.
And then it's a total of 17 damage.
17 to crossbones.
Yes.
All right. That Yanti is dead as a door.
And now I have to make a Constitution saving throw because of the petrification.
You need to roll 16 or higher.
No, 13.
You are still slowly becoming petrified.
Okay.
It is a long, painful process, but you still fighting and being able to destroy one of the creatures is awesome. So keep up the great work. That brings up Poipole. Poipole is still asleep, can't do anything. That will bring up Theo and Kat.
Woohoo! All right.
Or meow.
Meow. Sorry, I got comfy, folks. Let's see. I'm gonna help out and go after purple.
Okay, now remember that red and purple are both asleep.
Mm.
So if they are woken up, who put them to sleep? It was Q. If they're woken up, what actually happens? They just they start fighting again. Okay, so if you wake them up, if you disturb their slumber, then you will have to vanquish them. Just so you're aware, Lominde, who is standing next to you, is currently becoming petrified from the feet up. So she's right about her knees at this point. She is petrified. So any way of helping her, which would be, let's see, the spell of greater restoration or some other magic that can help her become unpetrified.
The only issue is I don't do magic. That's the issue.
No wands within your possession or potions or anything like that.
All I have is a long sword. That is all I have. Yeah. Pretty much. I can just stand there with my sword out waiting.
Okay. Kind of like the Sims, where you're kind of going, like,
Yep.
I'm gonna move.
Pretty much.
Or any combat game where you're getting another person is just standing there because then they've all gone off to eat something and left their character to sit there.
Exactly. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Sorry, folks. I'm being lazy today. It's just one of my quirks. I graduated. I don't care.
So that brings up Q. Yoo-hoo. You're still muted. You're muted.
I'm going to loudly and say again that I'm going to poke the one that I'm currently riding on with the hope of doing some kind of significant damage, assuming anything, nice happens at all. And we swing with a sword. Nope. Yep. Sword. 17.
17 does hit.
And I do max damage. Nope. I do 5 points.
So the toothpick actually poked a hole.
Yes.
Okay. That brings up our
See if the cake's done.
No, it came out gooey and gloopy.
And a grunt from the auntie.
Yes.
Okay. So the Medusa is not very happy at the moment and focuses its energy on our dear paladin Zechariah.
Or as we like to call him now, Perseus.
As long as not stone temple pilots.
Oh.
Sorry, had to get that
Rock and roll.
Okay, so she's going to use her tail swing as a weapon.
Okay.
Let's see. Get over here. Come on. Okay, so Yanti Red and Zechariah, you are the only two that are going to feel the effects of this if it actually does hit.
Okay.
So, and yes, she is going to hit Red because the 15-foot cone, so to speak.
So friendly fire is on. Got it.
Zechariah is a 6, so she misses you, and the Yanti hits, tries and gets an 11. So her tail goes swinging, but misses both of you.
So just like a jump rope, I jump over her tail.
Oh, okay. So that misses. That brings up the red. Now, note of clarification, Q, because she swung and tried to hit Red. If she had hit Red, he would have woken up, correct? No, it's all. Okay.
It requires a physical attack. Just looking at something doesn't count.
No, she was using her tail, not.
Oh,
her...
if she'd hit, it woken him up.
Okay. That's what I wanted to clarify. So she missed him, so she did not wake him up. And we are into round 17. Excuse me, 17. Yeah, we've been going that way.
Wow.
Jeez.
Sorry, I was looking at another number. We're in round 7, and that's all Nar to start. I'm sorry about that. It's been a very long day.
Well, like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm gonna use my +1 rapier and swing at orange, and that's a 17 to hit with 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage, and that is to orange.
And bonus action, dual wielding with my short sword. That's 17 to hit and max damage 6.
6.
And that's my turn.
Yanti Orange is not looking well at all. Just to keep everybody appraised. Let's see. Pink is, well, Pink is not looking very good right now. He is a Yanti pin cushion. Yanti Orange is definitely not looking good. Purple and red, neither of them have any damage at all, and neither does the beach. So that will bring up Kingfisher.
Hello there. All right. Oh, so my little friend died?
Yes.
Skull and crossbow? Okay. Thought I saw that. So, let's see. My movement, walking speed is 40. What would that make my flight speed?
Flight should be equal to your walking most of the time.
Okay, so 40 feet. Wrong. Oh, okay, excellent. All right, wearing my non-melted precious crown of hearing. Did not go into the fires of Mordor. I'm going to attack. I'm going to fly right into the bosom of the Medusa and launch a flurry of blows using a key point.
And for those who do not remember, he is wearing a crown that ultimately he's blind, so he's not able to gaze upon the creature. The creature's not. No, I mean, obviously he's able to gaze on him, but that's not going to.
I can't see it. Da, 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 da. Okay. She can't see me. My time is now. All right. I will launch my first attack. Talon Strike. That is a 24 to hit.
That
24?
Armor class 18.
Okay, 24 to hit. All right. All right. Now, the first strike does 8 points of damage. However, get that out of the way. I know I read it earlier. Okay, where? Okay. Taking away that key point. Now, open hand technique, as I am a monk of the open hand. Whenever you hit with one of your flurry of blows attacks, you can impose one of the following effects on that target. Fall prone if it fails a dex saving throw, DC 15. So yeah, I'm going to try to knock her on her voluptuous scaly behind. So, DC 15 saving throw. On dex.
She rolled a 7.
She's on her butt.
She's essentially prone.
I get three more attacks. Now, since she's prone now, are those with advantage?
Yes.
Okay. All right, 3 more attacks. My second attack, misses, but I have advantage, so we try again. 17, just a bit outside. My third attack, 21 to hit, but I'm going to roll it again just in case I get a critical, which I do not. All right, so, and that third attack does 11 points of damage. My fourth attack, 24 to hit. Re-rolling in case of critical. Ooh, 26. Okay. And that final blow does 7 points of damage. And I stick a feather in her hat and call it macaroni. My turn is done.
All right. Thank you, Kingfisher. Was well played. All right.
For Avion!
That brings up our Mind Whisperer. Pink has to try and get unprone. Rolls an 18. He is no longer prone. So, and that's all he's going to do. Let's see. That will bring up Zechariah. What you gonna do?
Okay. So okay, let's stick with, let me make sure this isn't concentration. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna stick with some melee attacks here, and if I get a hit, we're gonna do a little extra damage. An 11 is a miss, I'm assuming.
18 or
But she's prone.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. She is prone. Okay, then that's with advantage, so there's a 25 to hit.
It does.
Okay, so 6. And then I can use Divine Smite. It says when you hit with a melee attack, I can burn a spell slot, and I can do an additional 2d8. And this will be a first level spell slot. So there's an additional 14.
14 points of damage.
Right, plus the 6. So a total of 20.
I got you.
The first attack. Second attack, and we'll roll this one properly with advantage.
I love that.
17 to hit. It didn't show for some reason, but on D&D Beyond, it's a 17.
17 does not hit, but remember that you have advantage on.
Yeah, no, I rolled it with advantage. That was the advantage was a 10 plus 7.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's it. I'm done. Still concentrating. So again, if she attacks anyone other than myself, she's a disadvantage. And if she tries to move away from combat with me, she has to make a saving throw to do it.
Okay.
And I'm done.
So here's a question. Keep your mic on. I've got a question, and everybody else can chime in as well. Since she uses the tail and the tail swing. She's not necessarily trying to attack anyone but you, but it's a 30-foot cone for her attack swing. So anybody within that 30-foot cone is going to get hit, possibly.
Right.
Does your concentration spell take into account for that? Is it an attack on another character, or is it? I'm speaking.
The way, yeah, no, I got you. The way that it's worded, we'll just look at it really quick again. So it says the creature, okay, compelled to run right for the duration has an advantage. It just says it has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you. Now, again, I mean, it's kind of a nuanced thing if you're saying, well, it's me and someone else.
Yeah, because right now,
I mean, that'd be kind of your call.
Within her sphere of influence, she could hit Yanti Red, you, and Kingfisher.
Okay.
The three of you are within that 30-foot cone.
I mean, it still says attack rolls against creatures other than you. So, I mean, if you're unless you're going to do 3 separate rolls for myself and whoever else she could possibly attack,
What happens? There's a D20 for you, Kingfisher Blue, and for Red to see if she actually hits. But it would be disadvantage on Red and Kingfisher Blue because they are not you.
Correct. Right. Yeah. Because the compelled duel is again. It's like, you and I. You're focused on me. I'm focused on you. If you're trying to attack anybody else, they're at a disadvantage, right?
Let's say somebody else comes into the sphere of combat. There's a likelihood of getting hit, but there's a disadvantage to that.
Sure. Yeah, you could do that. Yep. Right. And like I said, you'll just have to make the 3 rolls. Regular roll for me, and then the other attacks at disadvantage.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify with everybody on that to make sure.
Sure.
Not that that's happening right this minute, but since it was Zechariah's turn and getting ready, he attacked. She hasn't attacked him yet. I wanted to clarify that.
That sounds perfectly fair.
Okay. So that brings up Yanti Orange, who is going after Talnar. And that is a Brood Guard. So Bite and Claw. Bite was a 6. Claw was and it's a disadvantage. No.
Yes. Did he say? No, he did not say from his poisoning.
Okay.
He rolled a 4 or 6 last round.
He still failed on his bite. He rolled a nat 20, but if he's at disadvantage, then it's no. So
yeah,
he's gonna have to roll to try and become unpoisoned, which he rolls a 2. He is still poisoned. That brings up Lomende.
Okay, before I do this, I have a quick question. So, right now, the petrification is worked all the way up, like, over the knees, right? Just about.
Did you hear that question, Chris?
The only thing that I heard was the petrification is up to the knee. I didn't hear anything else.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
she was waiting for a ruling on that.
Okay, the petrification is up to the knee.
Okay, so what I want to try to do is like bend over backwards and see if she can throw something at Orange. Would I need to make like an acrobatics check or anything like that?
What are you trying to throw to who?
A psychic blade to Broodguard Orange over by Tolnar.
Okay. Let's see, that is where's the measuring stick? There it is. So measuring stick to Tolnar to that's 25 feet. You could do it without bending, unless I mean, depending on where you are, you're not really bending. You're just.
I mean, I think when I was rooted to the ground, so I can't. So I was facing purple. I wasn't
Okay.
because earlier I turned around and then turned back at the end of the turn, so I'm not facing orange.
Gotcha. I think, yeah, it would be an acrobatic check to see if you can do it, and then try to hit.
I rolled a nat 20.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
there's no problem with that. You are limber.
Nice.
You are like a feather in the wind, as long as it's not one of Kingfisher Blue's feathers, right? Head up in your hat. There you go. Okay, so psychic.
Oh, nice damage. Wow.
No, that's just a hit.
Oh, I got you.
So you're trying to hit Yanti Orange.
Well, I hit it with 16 total damage, so.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
And if I want a bonus action, do I have to make another acrobatics check, or can I just attack again?
Yeah, no, Yanti Orange is dead.
Oh,
So you are
Nice.
so good. That was the perfect ending to that particular character. I know that Taldar was tired of fighting him too. He's been fighting him, it seems like forever. So well done. Do you
well,
want to do anything else besides bending and shooting?
I might as well try to hit purple because he's gonna have to wake up sooner or later.
Well, I mean, yeah. Q, yell at Q because I think Q has other plans.
Oh, no, the one right in front of me, not pink.
No, but Q's the one who put him to sleep. He may have something to tell you.
Throw it in the lava! Throw it in the lava!
I don't think I would be able to make that strength check.
I mean, you might be able to. I mean, he is standing stock still. He is not moving.
She can't move.
She could do this with the side of her hands, trying to push him in. Your strength is 10, but your dexterity is 19.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can push him in. Just tell me what I need to roll because I'm not so sure on that.
Honestly, I think it's still going to be an athletics check, but that, everybody else chime in on that. What are your thoughts? Trying to push him in.
I mean, athletics would work with that. I mean,
Well, yeah, if you if you go to actions, I mean, there's a shove under actions.
yeah.
Actions in combat, the target must succeed on a strength or dexterity saving throw.
Oh, he's
As
asleep.
you either, well, there you go. So, Let's see here. Target must succeed on a strength or dexterity saving throw. Choose which you either push it 5 feet away or cause it to have the prone condition. The DC as the saving throw equals 8 plus your strength modifier proficiency bonus. So make a so what's your strength? What's your strength modifier?
0.
+0.
And your proficiency bonus is 2.
My proficiency bonus is 3.
So, and what condition does he have?
He's asleep. Basically, he's incapacitated.
Yeah, he's just standing there stuck still, kind of in like a hibernation.
I mean, I think it's an auto. I think it's an auto shove. I mean, if you were petrified in front of a lava pool and couldn't move, I mean, because the shove is based off of a DC, right? So her DC is technically 11. Like he would have to overcome a DC 11 if he was up and being able to do something, right? Well, here, watch. This is easy. So he's completely incapacitated. So the incapacitated condition, well, it says you can't take any action. He can't take a bonus action, a reaction. Can't speak. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just. I mean, I think this is just an auto shove. I mean, I think it's just an auto. I mean, she shoved him into the lava. I mean, unless you want to try and put in some type of condition to where, I mean, she could trip and fall as she's trying to shove him.
Still roll less than like a 5.
Yeah, it's under unarmed strike in her action. It says shove. The target must succeed on a strength dex. It chooses which saving throw. DC equals 8 plus proficiency bonus plus strength. Or you can either push it 5 feet away or cause it to have the prone condition. So, if he rolls a strength or dex check and fails it, automatically gets shoved into the whatchamacallit, into the
lava.
So
yes, but he's asleep, so he can't. So it's an automatic fail.
I mean, it says he can't take any action, and a saving throw is an action.
So it's an automatic.
It's your call, though. Sure.
Yeah.
But I would say, if I was going to judge it, I would say she walks up to him and taps him on the forehead, and he falls back into the lava.
That's going to be one hell of a wake-up call.
I mean,
why do I smell
Cooking chicken? What is smell
Right.
chicken?
She actually can't move because she's stuck still because she's petrified from the knees down. But
Chicken hip throw.
she can use her strength to push him, and because he is incapacitated, he automatically moves 5 feet away from her, which means into the lava. So it's automatic into the lava. So the main thing is, as far as his damage is concerned, that you could roll to find out how much damage it does to him based off of that. So roll up. I don't even know what die to roll on that.
well, let's see. I don't know if there's.
There's nothing that keeps it.
Yeah, I mean, fully submerged in lava. Now, again, I'm just Googling it, but the AI answer that Copilot comes up with is, I don't know where they're getting this information from, but they're saying if you wade through lava, it's 10d10. If you're submerged in lava, it's 18d10.
Okay.
I would say that's an 18d10.
In this case, Lomende, when you push the creature, it goes over the edge of the pool into the lava, and as it starts to burn, it wakes up screaming, and then slowly singes and burns into the lava and is never seen again. So let's just
Nice.
let's just say that
Nice. Very dramatic. Yes.
and
Double kill.
finish it.
Fatality.
Yes.
You could have just asked for help. As Theo's standing right next to her.
Well, considering you had all the opportunity and just decided to look at me freezing from the ankles up.
I found it funny.
Okay, well, haha, funny. You didn't take care of the thing. I did. And now I have to make a Constitution saving throw.
I think Lomende has done more damage in this combat encounter, I mean, like over the last 2 days, than we've all done combined in the last 3 years we've been playing together.
Point of order, I have not been able to roll actually some dice because I have not met the criteria. So I have not been able to roll any of my sneak attack dice. So thank you.
Okay, Lomende, what you got?
I failed the Constitution save throw.
Okay, so the petrification is
Continues. Yeah.
your weights. Okay, so that brings up Theo and Kat.
Yeah. He's just gonna laugh.
Your turn to help.
Yeah. But you're still stuck. And Red is
At
still
least
asleep,
I'm-
isn't it?
Red is asleep. Red has not and so let's see. And Pink is still a pincushion for Q right now.
You know, I could just easily walk around.
Everybody.
Do remember that this is a Medusa, and if she looks in your direction,
That serves Theo right.
Everybody point and laugh.
It's not gonna be funny if I shove this towards you.
And make sure we're
Well,
all
they-
frozen while pointing at her, though.
If you shove it towards me, I'm just gonna, take care of it. So,
all right. Theo and Kat, what you doing?
Nothing much. Just attack it with my not short sword, long sword. Excuse me.
Okay.
That's a 17 to hit.
17 does not hit. 18 or
Damn.
higher.
All right, well that's all I can do. Unless I want to shove it.
You don't have a bonus action.
No. I can't do 2-weapon fighting because I only have 1 weapon, and I can take a bonus action on each of my turns to take a dash, disengage, or hide action, but I don't really want to do either. So
Okay.
that's all I can do.
Okay. So do you remember that as a reaction in combat, you can do uncanny dodge. So
That is where I know Uncanny Dodge is for us rogues.
Yeah, and Theo and
Theo
Cat are
rogue.
rogues.
I
Yeah.
forgot that. My bad.
I introduced them to you.
You also
During like every beginning of the game.
Yeah, you also have sneak attack as part of your fighting ability, and you have Whales from the Grave.
Yeah, sneak attack as she lands. A hit.
Okay, and the necrotic. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. Okay. All right. So Theo and Cat, that will bring up our Medusa. Medusa. Come on. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3 of you. Let's see.
In red.
Huh?
In red.
In red, only if she's using
The tail.
petrified gaze or she's using her tail. So she is going to go after Kingfisher Blue with her claw. Or claws, I should say.
Reminder, disadvantage.
Disadvantage. So she rolled a 14 with disadvantage. She failed. So she has 2 attacks with the claws. Disadvantage the second time around. Yeah, and she got 13 on the second one. So she missed you, Kingfisher.
You miss me. No, wait, never mind.
You don't want to kiss you.
Nope.
But she is going to use her bonus action.
Oh no,
and
that's
use
worse than kissing.
snake hair to try and attack you. Disadvantage again with a 13. So she missed you all 3 times. That brings up Q.
I mean, nothing's really changed. I'm still going to continue to stab on this guy.
Okay. Hidden cushion with the thimble and the thimble.
Is he beginning to look rough?
He's about halfway gone. You are really poking at him.
Well, I
He
am
doesn't look
really
rough,
pokey.
but he's dog tired.
So once more with feeling.
Okay.
I missed him this time. He rattled me enough that I couldn't do any good.
So, and do remember that he is no longer prone. He was able to get up last
Okay, I'm on his shoulders, I guess.
round.
Hitting him in the head.
you
Bonk,
you
bonk,
are
bonk,
you
bonk,
are
bonk.
the halfling backpack on his back.
Yes.
Master Blaster.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to try something. If I'm on his back, can I leap away from him without a attack of opportunity?
If you're behind him, yeah, I don't see why not. It's an acrobatics check. Let's see if
And you're pushing him away.
or push him with your feet as you jump as you go back.
That is the plan. To do a rather interesting leap. How much distance will you give me with a 19?
With a 19, because you're a halfling, I'll give you 5 feet. Maybe 6. If you're lucky.
Okay.
Twice his height.
Yeah, twice his height. Yeah, twice your height. Okay. So you managed to move away from him in whichever direction you choose to.
Okay. And then I'm going to run away I am behind him, and I did specifically ask if I could do it without an attack of opportunity. To over here.
Okay. All right. And that brings us to, let's see, Yanti Red. And he is still asleep. And that's where we're going to end this evening. So, adventure.
Alrighty then.
What a
Oh,
Dang.
all right.
learning
Right.
the big bad guy is, as well as wiping out quite a number of her brouhaha.
Bruja. This is the big bad evil Gorgon.
But we do appreciate everything this evening, and thank you very much to our followers. Please tell everybody that you know about us and watch our episodes. Go back to the beginning and meet all of our different players with the group, as well as our new ones. And hopefully Lisa will be back with us next week and that she'll be well, so that we can wish her a happy birthday again. And again, if you have an opportunity to, please put in the comments happy birthday. So I know that she wanted to be here tonight, especially since she is our #1 fan, and now that she is a member of our group. But we thank you very much. Until the next time, let's roll and find out.